Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Super Action Statue Silver Chariot 2nd figure from Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. This guy is really cool looking. He's all silver and gold and metallic and robotic, and he comes with some swords and some other cool accessories. So I like him. I like these guys. I don't collect them. You guys know I don't collect the SAS JJ figures. But I think a lot of you do, and I think this one is one you might want to collect, so let's get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands roughly 16.5 centimeters, which makes him just about 6.5 inches. And like I said, he's robotic looking and metallic and cool. He's very unique. We don't get a lot of shiny looking figures, and I like me some shiny looking figures. And he's got some spikes and swords. So what's not to like? Let's get him on the table though, so we can look at the accessories. We have fist hands. We always have fist hands. We have those. We also have our neutral hands. Not really style pose hands, just more like the standard neutral hands. So they're nicely done. They look pretty good, but not a lot of your style pose is going to come with that. So that's kind of a bummer. No style pose hands with this guy. And then we have our sword, or sword if you want to go with that, sword gripping hands, which again look nice, so that's good. Nice metallic gold, nice metallic silver. We'll get to the swords in a second. We have the display stand that, let me zoom out a little bit, that has this upright piece for the wording that you can put behind him, which as you can see is really nicely translucent. Or if you want to swap that out, you can use the standard upright for displaying the figure. I wish you could do both. There's no reason for me that they couldn't just make a clip, an extra piece that replaces this one. So you get rid of the L and you just connect this to this. So it clips on and you can display the figure with the words on the stand. But it's not a big deal. We get what appears to me to be a fencing rapier. I don't know what that's called, technically speaking, but it's nicely done, nicely detailed. So that's cool. We get that. Then we get this He-Man looking sword, which is a katana with like this purple and pink everything going on down there. Nicely done. Look at all those details. Looks good. So that's cool. We get that. And then we get another one, which is broken. We get a broken version. So those of you that are familiar with the show, you know why that's like that, I guess. And you also get the broken piece, the part that comes off. The shading on the broken piece is a bit of a problem because it's just these spots of silver and gray, but it still gives you the accessory, so I guess that's okay. So decent accessories for sure. Not a ton, but enough. So that's pretty cool. And then the figure. He's pretty good. We have a few issues, but he's pretty good. So for the head, we have the ball peg at the very top with the hinge, so you can make it look all the way down, make it look pretty far up. It does get limited, but really nicely detailed for the paintwork and sculpt work on the face, so that's good. And the neck is, I think it's on a hinge. I thought it was a ball peg, but it really only wants to move forward and back, so that may be an issue. For the shoulders, we have a ball hinge, so that just pegs into the torso and rotates around, and then we have the hinge there. The spiky things are fixed to the shoulder, so that will potentially limit your posability. As you can see, though, it's not bad. It works just fine. We get a bicep swivel up there, none down here. We get a double jointed elbow, which works really nicely and looks pretty good, so I like that. And technically, you can rotate at both ends of the elbow, at the top and at the bottom. So if you need more bicep swivel, it's there. Then you have your ball hinge for the wrist, which gives you pretty good range of motion, so that looks pretty good. That's nice. We have a single ball peg at the upper torso, which gives him really good range. If there's one thing the SAS guys know how to do, it's to really use a ball peg for the torso. Really good range out of that. And we get another one down here at the bottom part of the torso, where the gold meets the silver, up here and down here. This piece is fixed. You are not supposed to try to move that. You will break it. However, this one is fixed slightly crooked, so I don't know if that's a common issue or not, but be aware that it might be crooked. For the hips, we just have a single ball peg. It lets the legs come all the way forward. They do have to get turned a little bit, but it works. And all the way back, and not out to the side at all. If there's one thing the SAS guys do wrong, it's doing the splits. None of their figures, or at least most of them, have a lot of trouble with that. I know some like Warsman and maybe just Warsman. They have like an actual split ball hinge type thing, so that works well, but it doesn't because it's usually loose. Anyway, he doesn't have that. You do get a thigh swivel under there and pretty much good range of motion, so that's nice. For the knee, we have our standard double jointed knee, which gives him good range. Not the best looking knee in the world because of that cutout on the lower leg, but it's still fine and it gives you good range, so that's good. And if you want to give him that kind of bent leg look that apparently is common in the JoJo's figures, you can do that, so that's good. And then for the ankle, we have our standard ball hinge, so that gives him decent enough range, not a ton, and because of the sculpt, you're going to have to finagle it to give him an ankle rocker, but you can do it, so that's all right. And then for the toe hinge, this toe hinge works really nicely. It tucks in and gives him a nice toe hinge. But on this side, something's mismolded. I don't know if that's a common issue or not, but I can't get it to go without separating the joints, so be aware of that. But all in all, this guy's a really solid figure. He's kind of basic, but he looks really good, and he's unique, so I recommend him. I like most of these JoJo's figures, and this one is no different. It's pretty cool. So I do like it, and I do recommend it, and it only has a very few issues, so that's nice. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.